And welcome back to the Coaches Show. I'm your host, Michael Watson, and right now we're going to look inside the men's basketball team here at UIS. And sitting to the left of me is the head coach of the men's basketball team, Coach Ben Wierzba, and Kyle Gupton sitting to the left of him. How you guys doing?
Doing good. Thanks for having us.
Doing good. Hey, Coach, you guys just got back from a road trip, and you guys got a great win in Rockhurst. Just talk about your recent road trip.
Yeah, I think the Rockhurst game, we was closest to 40 minutes we've played in a while, and we had guys step up, make shots, made plays for us. Reagan Bruner hits 4 or 5 3-pointers for us. Wes Dawson was tremendous on the offensive and defensive end. He guarded McCann from Rockhurst, held him to really, McCann scored twice, but once against Wes, and did a really good job, and Wes goes out and gets 18 points and 6 or 7 rebounds. And it was just a full team effort that we stayed together for 40 minutes, or as close to 40 minutes as we have, and came out victorious.
Kyle, welcome to the show, by the way.
Thank you.
As coaches, talked about the Rockhurst win. I wouldn't mind getting your perspective on the win as well as a player.
I think it was a game, like you said, we played close to 40 minutes. We played all season. On the offensive or defensive end, we executed it. I think our togetherness was a lot better that game. We came out the locker room at halftime with the same amount of energy, and we had it from the start to the finish for the most part.
Coach, you're coming up on two tough matches coming up in conference play, Missouri S&T and Jury. What am I getting your thoughts on both matchups on Thursday and Saturday?
Sure. S&T is going to really spread you out, try to set a lot of ball screens. Their guards are going to try to penetrate and attack the rim. We've got to do a good job of keeping the ball in front of us, not getting split. Offensively, we just got to execute. We got to screen bodies. We got to look to make our tight cuts and get guys wide open, share the basketball. When we share the ball, we're really good. Guys making the extra pass and turning down a good shot and getting a great shot.
What about you, Kyle? As a player, what do you need to do as a player to win both these games coming up in S&T and Jury?
S&T, we have to defend the ball screen as well. I think that defensively, everybody has to be in the right position. We have to have the right rotations and continue to execute offensively. And same thing as Jury. They're big. We got to block them out. We got to rotate defensively, get good shots, get great shots. And I think we'll be fine.
Coach, you're starting to get close to the conclusion of the season. I wouldn't mind getting your thoughts so far as a head coach. Looking at your team and and your ball club so far in the season.
No, it's been a roller coaster ride, I guess. We've had our ups and our downs, but these guys come to work hard every day in practice. They don't ever quit. We just got to keep the energy and the enthusiasm up and have a little bit of sense of urgency here as the season winds down. And these last 5 games, it's play for the seniors. They've only got so many games left with Kyle and West and Chase and Cord. They guys only got 5 left, so let's play for these guys these last 3 weeks.
What about you, Kyle? As a senior, what's your impression so far with your senior year?
It's been up and downs, but we've stayed together as a team. No one's going off their separate ways. And we've been through it from the start to the finish. And I think we just have to continue to get better every day in practice. Continue to improve each game. Just not make the same mistakes.
Hey, Coach, you just mentioned your seniors. I wouldn't mind getting your thoughts on your senior class this year, and Kyle being one of them.
No, I think, when Kyle came in 2 years ago, it was kind of an unknown. First time we actually met face-to-face is when he got off the playing for classes to start. And so he's been a great addition for 2 years. Guy you can count on. It's going to come to work and practice. He's going to make shots for you. He's going to score the basketball and does everything you ask. Wes Dawson is a kid from the area, from Decatur, that he leaves everything out there. He plays with his emotions on his sleeve. He's going to play hard offensively and defensively, and he's going to give you everything you have. And that's the best thing about Wes, is that no matter what the situation is, no matter what the outcome, he's going to give you everything he's got. Chase Brinkley is a kid that came in, and same thing. He's done everything we asked. He's had to play a different role. Early on he was more of a wing player, and then this second semester this year he's had to handle the ball quite a bit for us. So he's had adjust and be a versatile player for us. And then Cordero Eldridge was here at school last year, but was not able to play until this year. And as the guys came in and just gives us a different type of player that we didn't have on our roster. So they've all worked hard, and we're excited. We've had them here, and like I said, these next 3 weeks it's about these guys, sending them out on a good note.
You know, Kyle, I've been watching you play the last 2 years, and one thing I've noticed about your game is your shooting, and from behind the 3-point line. And I wouldn't mind getting your thoughts so far individually, your play so far.
I think I've played well, but it starts with having good teammates to put you in position for success. I think that they've really been able to find me and just look for me and screen for me, and get me good shots. And that's really helped me a lot. My focus and my concentration has helped me a lot.
I just talked to Elizabeth Kelly from the women's team, and she talked about Coach Oleski's coaching philosophy. And as a player, I wouldn't mind getting your thoughts on Coach Ben Wierzba's coaching philosophy.
Do you want me sitting here for this?
Play hard.
Yeah.
Play hard. No days off, no minutes off. Just play hard from the start to the end of the game. Play hard, execute, and just stay together as a team.
Mm-hmm.
Stay together as a team. I think that's really been emphasized a lot. So
that's a good philosophy. Do you agree with that?
That's right. I mean, that's the thing. We just try to get everybody to play hard, and it's 40 minutes. You can't take a minute off or a play off. You've got to stay together. And I think he said that the togetherness of this team has been very close. And these guys are really close on the court or off the court. They get along very well, and that's to those guys' credit. You got guys coming from every which way, from Michigan to Chicago to Southern Illinois to Peoria, that they can all come in here and get along very well, and that's part of the college life of being able to do that.
I also touched base with the GLVC tournament with Coach Oleski and the outlook so far on the tournament. I wouldn't mind getting your thoughts on where your team lines up and what how the cards will fall.
Sure. No, I think right now it's just trying to get better each day.
Mm-hmm.
We got 5 regular season games left, and right now it's getting ready for S&T on Thursday, and then when these next 3 weeks over, wherever the chips fall there where they may, that's where we're at. And once we get in the conference tournament, I've got confidence in these guys that anytime we tip the ball up, we're going to beat anybody out there. And so we're just trying to get ourselves in the best position for the conference tournament here in these next 3 weeks, and then we'll worry about that when March gets here.
As a coach and maybe as a player too, you can chime in too, Kyle. How great is it to have home games towards the end of the season? When your team needs wins towards the end.
It's very important. They give us a lot of energy. Those fans, that they've been great all season, this year and last year. With the Blue Crew and everybody, students really just coming out to support, and it gives you that extra boost just to know that you have people in the stands, whether they know you or not, they support you. And I think it's really critical. It's really critical.
What about you, Coach?
I think it's been great. The Blue Crew has been tremendous. I can remember even 2 years ago, our first game, there was a small group of students that showed up, and now, we look up there behind our bench, there's a good amount of students that show up, and we appreciate their support and everything they do for us. Like I think Kyle said, that when you're out there competing, you can feel that energy from those guys out there, and then the support that you want to do, you go a little bit harder, a little bit extra to try to, not for your teammates, but you put something for those guys that come out there and support us night in and night out.
Hey, Coach, and this is my last question towards you, Coach. You always talk about momentum in sports, and if you're looking ahead, if your team would capture a handful of wins in these last 5 games, as a coach, do you believe in momentum in regards to that momentum transferring to next year?
I agree. I think once it's like a snowball effect. You start winning, it just starts building, and that's what we're trying to do. We're worried about these next 5 games, trying to build momentum for the conference tournament and getting ourselves ready and put ourselves in the right position and being able to go out there and compete. And that's what we've stressed in practice. Let's have a good practice today. Let's have a good shoot around tomorrow morning. Let's be ready to play tomorrow night, and then after that we'll worry about it and keep moving forward off the success of that.
Kyle, how big are these last 4 home games for you? As a senior, playing your last couple of games.
They're huge. They're definitely huge. I think these are definitely 4 or 5 games that you want to leave everything out on the court. You don't want to have any regrets. You only get to do this once, and I just think it just comes with bringing a lot of energy from the start to the finish, you know.
Sounds good. And, you know, you guys are in action on Thursday against Missouri S&T and on Saturday against Drury. And I wish you the best of luck.
Appreciate it.
You know, I hope you guys capture 2 wins.
Thanks, Michael.
Thanks.
For more information on the men's basketball team here at UIS, you can always check out the athletic homepage at uisprairiestars.com. Until next time, I'll see you later.